So here is XELA Exela Technologies. This finishes at 79 cents today. That is down 8.12%.
And it's gone.
Please like the video. Please subscribe and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. So here is PYPL, PayPal Holdings. This finishes at $132 today. That is down 24.59%. So we haven't talked about PayPal in a while here, but this was number one on StockTwits today, and not for a good reason. Major sell-off here, but because it's number one on StockTwits, we will analyze it today. So there was a reason as to why the stock sold off so much. We did have earnings. First of all, I do have an article here from CNBC, so let's check that out first. PayPal stock closes down 24% in worst ever trading day. Really, I didn't know it was the worst ever trading day. But yeah, that's pretty nasty. Key points. Shares of PayPal fell Wednesday after the company provided weak guidance that it blamed in part on inflation. In an interview with CNBC, PayPal CEO Dan Schulman said the company took a measured approach to guidance, but expects revenue to accelerate in the second half of the year. PayPal also missed user growth targets, due in part to 4.5 million illegitimate accounts that joined the platform. So I have the earnings here. So EPS was $1.11, which actually just missed the estimate of $1.12. Pretty on target there, not bad. And then it did $6.92 billion in revenue, which actually beat the estimate of $6.89 billion. So actually the earnings weren't that bad. They were right around where they were supposed to be. So earnings were fine, but guidance was bad. And in addition to that, we do have a lot of price downgrades, so let's check that out. Raymond James downgrades to market perform, doesn't have a price though. JP Morgan downgrades to 190. Susquehanna downgrades to 220. Truist downgrades to 130. KeyBank downgrades to 200. Wedbush downgrades to 170. Deutsche Bank downgrades to 200. RBC downgrades to 180. BTIG downgrades to neutral. No price there. Morgan Stanley downgrades to 190. Jefferies downgrades to 145. Bernstein downgrades to 140. BMO Capital downgrades to 180. Oppenheimer downgrades to 190. Credit Suisse downgrades to 190. Evercore downgrades to 245. Piper Sandler downgrades to 185. Rosenblatt downgrades to 216. UBS downgrades to 218. So yeah, major price downgrades there. Although all of the hedge funds seem to think that the stock is worth more than it's currently trading at. Okay earnings, bad guidance, but all of the hedge funds pulling their money here, and that is why the stock is down 25% today. Very nasty. So let's go ahead and analyze here. So we do have a double gap down. First gap down was at 225, and the second gap down was today at 172. So those are both bullish indicators. That is telling us the stock should eventually come back up to 172 and 225 to fill those gaps. Maybe a while, but eventually they should get back up there. And this may be a possible bear flag. No confirmation just yet, but if this is in fact a bear flag, that's a bearish indicator. That is telling us this stock may want to break out to the downside. And if you guys want to follow along, the link to the chart is in the description down below. So right now this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 140 and 130. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 140, 148, 152, 156, 163, 172, 176, 179, 183, 185, 188, 192, 196, 201, 206, 211, 213, 216, 221, and then 225. There is resistance above 225, but we're not going to discuss that right now. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 130, 122, 116, 111, 107, 103, 98, 94, 90, 86, and then 82. 82 is literally the 3-year low. There is no support after that I have here. So right now at this current price, 132, the channels to the upside and the downside are very wide, so expect significant price action either way this goes. However, if/when this breaks 172 to the upside, the channels start to narrow, and if/when this breaks 111 to the downside, the channels start to narrow. So from 172 down to 111, expect significant price action, and above 172 and below 111, expect a regular amount of price action. RSI is currently at 27, so that is oversold, undervalued. This could be a good buying opportunity. not financial advice. And this did 136 million in volume today. Very significant volume. Biggest volume day in 3 years. So this sell-off today was confirmed by the volume. Okay, guys, just my opinion, not financial advice. There still appears to be more downside potential, but this really can't go too much lower. We do have a good amount of bullish indicators here. Double gap down, low RSI, and the hedge funds do think that the stock is worth more than the current price. And this is at a 2-year low, so I really don't think there's too much more downside potential, and there's a lot of upside potential. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, this may keep pulling back a little bit more, but you really can't go too wrong here, buying in at around 130. Again, this should eventually run back up to 170, and that would be around a 40% upside, and eventually it should come back up to 225, and that'd be about a 70% upside. So a lot of upside potential here. If you guys really want a good price, then maybe you can wait for 122 or even 115. But again, I really think you can't go too wrong buying in at 130. So I would support going long at 130 and lower. If it pulls back below 130, then you could just average down at the supports that I mentioned before. But looks like a really good buying opportunity. Excellent entry here to me. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I would not do that, and I wouldn't recommend that. I think you already missed your chance. Should have went short in the 300s, 200s. Here at 130, you already missed a massive sell-off, and there's really no point in going short here. Again, a lot of upside potential, not too much downside potential. I think at most, this is going to go as low as 115, 110-ish. So maybe you can make 20% of the downside, but I really don't think the risk is worth the reward. I think going short here would be a high-risk, low-reward play. So it just doesn't make too much sense. You'd be shorting for not too much money, and you'd be exposing yourself to a lot of upside risk. So really no reason to short here. Don't see why you would do that. Please don't short this, guys. So sorry to everyone who lost money in the stock today, but like I said, could be a good buying opportunity, not financial advice. And good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is PYPL, PayPal Holdings. So here is AMC. This finishes at $15.42 today. That is down 8.54%. So pretty nasty day for the stock, but this was trending pretty high up on StockTwits today. I believe number 2 after PayPal. So we'll analyze it today. So there was a reason as to why the stock sold off so much today. We do have some news, so let's take a look at that. I do have a CNBC article here. AMC to raise $500 million in bond sale as it seeks to refinance debt. Key points. AMC Entertainment plans to sell $500 million in bonds in a bid to pay down maturing debt and related fees. The senior secured notes carry an interest rate of 10.5%. Refinancing to push debt maturities out can help AMC save cash and pay down interest on other notes that are due sooner. And actually, I see here, this is sort of breaking news, AMC doubles junk bond offering to $950 million. So I believe at first it was $500 million, and out of nowhere, at the end of the day here, they decided to make it $950 million. So that appears to be pretty bearish news. Any capital raise is usually not received very well. So yeah, bearish news. Seems like the apes didn't like it, the market didn't like it, and the stock sells off 8.5% today. So let's go ahead and analyze here. So this does appear to be a cup and handle in the making. It appears like the stock did bottom out at around 14.10, and there are multiple possible tops. It could be 24.35, 30.90, 44.60, 52.40, or even as high as 65. I don't think those higher prices are that realistic, but 24.30 or 30.90 are very possible. But it doesn't really matter where the top of the cup is. All of those are bullish indicators that is telling us the stock should run back up to one of those tops to complete the cup. And this does appear to be a bull flag in the making here. We are getting some confirmation. So that is a bullish indicator that is telling us the stock may want to break out to the upside here. And in the aftermarket here, this is pulling back down to 15.10. So that's a bearish indicator that is telling us that tomorrow is likely to sell off as well. And if you guys want to follow along, the link to the chart is in the description down below. So right now this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 1650 and 1410. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 1650, 1730, 1855, 2035, 2245, 2435, 2535, 2675, 2785, 2895, 3090, 3195, 3365, 3480, and then 3605. There is resistance above 3605, but we're not going to discuss that right now. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be $14.10, $12.95, $12, 1090, 985, 890, 710, 610, 520, $4, 295, and then the low of 205. So right now at this current price, 1540, the channels to the upside and the downside are pretty wide, so expect significant price action either way this goes. However, if/when this breaks 2435 to the upside and 1410 to the downside, the channels start to narrow. So from 2435 down to 1410, expect significant price action, but above 2435 and below 1410, expect a normal amount of price action. RSI is currently at 29, so this once again is oversold and undervalued, so this could be a good buying opportunity, not financial advice. And this did 48 million in volume today, below average, so this sell-off today was not confirmed by the volume. Okay guys, just my opinion, not financial advice, and we did talk about the stock yesterday. It's going to be more or less the same. We do have a few bullish indicators here: cup and handle, bull flag, low RSI, really no bearish indicators. There's the aftermarket action, but that's very temporary, and no neutral indicators. So this does appear to be a pretty decent buy right now. I do think this will come back down to 1410 and hit the bottom of this channel, and there's some pretty strong support there. It's going to be pretty hard to break 1410. 1540 is a pretty decent price, but if you're a little patient, I think you should be able to get this back at 1410. So I would support going long at 1410 and lower. If it pulls back below 1410, then you can just average down at the supports that I mentioned before. But yeah, a lot of bullish indicators, a lot of upside potential, so it looks like a pretty good buy to me. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I would not do that, and I would not recommend that. This already sold off very significantly. Should have went short in the 60s, 50s, 40s, 30s, even the 20s. Here at 1540, it's just way too late to go short. This is a relative low. Again, a lot of bullish indicators, no bearish indicators, a lot of upside potential and not too much more downside potential. And you never want to underestimate the apes. So I would say going short here would be a high risk, low reward play. Doesn't make too much sense. Not too much money to be made on the downside, and you'd be exposing yourself to a lot of upside risk. So it seems like a bad idea. I would not do that, and I would not recommend that. Really no reason to go short here, guys. So sorry to everyone who lost money in the stock today. But again, this could be a good buying opportunity coming up here. Not financial advice. And good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is AMC Entertainment. So here is XELA Exela Technologies. This finishes at 79 cents today. That is down 8.12%.
And it's gone.
So we've been covering XELA for a couple weeks now. This has been a really popular stock on StockTwits. And once again, it was trending, top 10. So we will discuss it once again. So really no reason to justify this price action today. Just seems like overall growth was getting hit pretty hard here today. And XELA has been running pretty good for the past few days. So it just seems like some healthy pullback combined with the overall market selling off. So let's go ahead and analyze here. So this does look like a possible cup and handle in the making here. Looks like the bottom was 35 cents. And many possible tops here. Could be 124, 144, 160, 214, 270, 336, and even as high as 551. So I don't think those higher prices are that realistic, but I do think 144 is very possible. But it doesn't really matter where the top of the cup is. Those are all bullish indicators that is telling us this stock should come back up to one of those tops to complete the cup. There's also a gap down at around 196, so that is a bullish indicator that is telling us this stock should come back up to 196 eventually to fill that gap. And this does look like a possible bull flag in the making here. No confirmation just yet, but if this is in fact a bull flag, that's a bullish indicator that is telling us this stock may want to break out to the upside. In the aftermarket here, this is pulling back down to 78 cents. So that's a bearish indicator for tomorrow. That is suggesting that tomorrow this will sell off as well. And if you guys want to follow along, the link to the chart is in the description down below, or it will be. So right now this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 80 cents and 62 cents. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 80 cents, 103, 124, 143, 160, 172, 189, $2, 214, 230, and then 245. There is resistance above 245, but we're not going to discuss that right now. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 62 cents, 44 cents, and then the low of 26 cents. 26 cents is the all-time low, no support after that. So right now at this current price, 79 cents. The channels to the upside and the downside are pretty wide, so expect significant price action either way this goes. However, if/when this breaks 160 to the upside, the channels start to narrow, so expect a significant decrease in price action if/when this hits 160. RSI is currently at 54, so a little bit above average, but according to the RSI, this current price of 79 cents is around fair market value. And this did 163 million in volume today, which is way above average. So the sellout today was confirmed by the volume. Okay, guys, just my opinion, not financial advice. And we did discuss this stock yesterday, so more or less the same. Right now, this does look like a pretty good buy to me. Again, a lot of bullish indicators, cup and handle, possible bull flag, gap down. Really no bearish indicators other than the aftermarket action, which is temporary. And we have a neutral indicator in the RSI. So overall, it does look slightly bullish to bullish. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice. You did miss a lot of attendees already. This has gone up over 100% from the bottom. But even at 79, this is still a pretty good entry. I do think eventually this will come back up to 196 to fill the gap. And from here, that's about a 150% upside. And that's on the lower end. On the higher end, this may come back up to 550. If this does come back up to 550, that'd be about a 600% upside. So on the lower end, I think this has 150% upside potential. And on the higher end, 600% upside potential. So I would support going long at 79 cents and lower. If it pulls back below 79 cents, then you can just average down at the supports that I mentioned before. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I would not do that, and I would not recommend that. Again, a lot of bullish indicators, really no bearish indicators, and we have one neutral indicator. A lot of upside potential, not too much downside potential. So you should have went short a long time ago in the $4 range, $3 range, $2 range. Here at 79 cents, it's just way too late to go short. Missed your chance already. I would say going short here would be a high risk, low reward play. Again, a lot of upside potential, not too much more downside potential. So you'd be shorting for not too much money and exposing yourself to a lot of upside risk. So it doesn't seem like a smart idea. Don't really see why you would go short here. So I would not do that, and I wouldn't recommend that. Please don't short this one, guys. So pretty straightforward here. Looks like a pretty good buy. Like a really good buy. A lot of upside potential in the short and long terms, and really no reason to short this. So sorry to everyone who lost money in the stock today. But like I said, looks like a good buying opportunity. Still an excellent entry at 79 cents. And good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is XELA Exela Technologies. Thanks everyone for watching today. I appreciate you guys. Please like the video. Please subscribe. And catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. You apes already know. Diamond hands to the moon. I'm Ty. This is Smarter Gambling. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.